What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how you can wire a M54 to an e36 chassis. You can buy adapter looms and stuff that are like around the £300 mark, but if you want to learn how to do it yourself, stay tuned really. And some more updates on the car as well. We've done quite a bit to it, so yeah, let's get into it. Right, so as you saw, the camera died on the last one, but it looks so nice. So twinkly, so twinkly. Beautiful. Looks like a brand new car until you look around there. But if you just look here, super nice, mate.
Don't look down the side.
Yeah, just don't look down the side, it's fine. That's all getting done anyway. Going to get a new door, and then we've got loads of body work, and then we're going to paint the car.
The window's staying the same.
Yeah, window. We need to change that ASAP as well. But yeah, looking good. Some more new parts. We got a new serpentine belt. We got a new lower and upper intake boots as well, and we got some new heater pipes. So let's finish putting them on, and then we're going to put all the gearbox on and everything. We've got a new release bearing as well. Is this a release bearing they gave you?
Yeah.
I ordered Satch. Right, so we swapped the flywheel and clutch. You alright there, mate? We swapped all of that off of the M52 engine because, well, yeah, we already had a good clutch. That clutch is mint. It doesn't look it, but it's got loads of life left on it, so. But she's pretty much ready to go in now. The only thing is I've got all the new boots, but we're missing one Jubilee. We might have a look around now for one actually. But, yeah. Today is the day, so we're just cleaning all of the flanges up, ready for the new gaskets. And then we fitted the new boots because we were literally waiting for that Jubilee up there. We didn't have one. And then she's ready to go in. I've also rerouted the power steering so it's up in the factory e36 location, because on 36 it bolts down here, but it's just a pain to get to, so I'll put it in the 46 location. I just need this tube to run down, but I'll do that once it's on the car. And then yeah, she's all good. Just getting all the exhaust studs sorted, and then yeah, should be able to go in, mate. So we got the braided clutch line installed as well, and everything's prepped. Time to get her in. She is all in, boys. Look at that. Doesn't look like we cleaned it. It's all dusty again, isn't it? In a couple of days. Looks so good. It went in really easy, to be fair. It's probably the less hassle we've had getting an engine in. Actually, I think it fits better than the E36 engine for some reason. Like, there's more room around the back. We connected all of the heater pipes as we was putting the engine in as well. I just have to do the wiring now. Wiring. Put the front end back on, because that's a 3-core one. Got a pipe down here, and then this one from the block, so we got to tee that into there like that. And yeah, and then straight to the thing. Bastards.
You can't afford it,
Right, so the main focus of today's video, I'm going to be showing you how you can wire the M54 to the E36 chassis. I haven't seen any videos where they actually show you step by step on how to do it. There are forums and some pinouts that you can use, but there's no actual videos of just step by step. Like, everyone's sort of like, yeah, so yeah, done. So I'm going to try and explain to you how you can do this step by step. So the first thing you need, obviously, the two 12-volt lines here, one going over to that one, which is your battery one, and then the one that goes to the starter motor and the alternator. I will put a pin out on the screen now. That is of the X20 plug, which is your main chassis plug on E36, which is this one here, which is normally clipped on there. And if you look on the E36, it just unscrews like that. Ideally, you want this connector and snip that there, and then you can connect to the wires, but I don't want to butcher this harness because it's a full harness. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get them from underneath and extend the wires to where I need them, basically. The main one on the ECU that you're going to need is this one, which is the X4000 or something like that, I think it's called. It's basically that one there. I've gone through and marked up the ones that I need. Obviously, don't follow my steps until the end of this video in case I have to change anything. But so RPM signal is the pure black wire. I've got the fuel pump signal, which is a black wire with a purple stripe. That needs to go to the original E36 relay. I haven't wired it up yet, but that one there goes to that X20 plug, and then one of these, that one goes to 12 volt constant, and I haven't worked out what one's the signal yet, but I'm pretty sure it's this one. That will go to there basically. Then we've got the throttle pedal here, which you can work out easy enough. If you've got the wiring for the old throttle pedal, you just match up the colors. There is one of the colors that is a duplicate, which is the white with a green stripe, and if you use the link that I put in the description, you can see what one you need to do. What I did is just wiggle the wires around and look in there, and then you can sort of work out what number it is because they are marked on there. So yeah, that's for pedal. And then we've got here, that's switch 12 volts. That is green with a purple stripe. There's quite a few switch 12 volts, which you just need to find a switch source basically. And then we got this one, which is an 8-pin connector. You just need the fat black one. That's for the starter motor, and I don't think you need any of the others. You've got this other 4-pin, which the red one with the white stripe is switch 12 volt as well. And these two are for the reverse light, but on E36 there's only one connector for a reverse light. So on the E36 it's blue with yellow, so I'm just gonna try and use the blue with yellow, see if it works. But I'm not too worried about the reverse light right now. And that's pretty much it really that I found so far. All the rest just go directly into the engine. Obviously you have to make sure you've got your engine nicely grounded with ground straps. What else? Yeah, it's just that fuel pump relay that I need to work out what one is actually the signal, because this is probably using something else as well to send a signal. So I think it's this one, but we shall see. But yeah, that is it. Hopefully it all works. If it does, then follow them steps. If not, then sorry. I'll do an update video if it don't work, but no, it should do. Yeah, let me splice into all of these. I'll put again, well, yeah, no, just screenshot that other thing, and it shows you all the pinouts, the numbers, and also all the colours. So you can literally just chop them and put them to wherever you want. Yeah. Right, so this is where I'm at the moment. All of these wires here are all ones that have to go to the ECU. I've basically just lengthened them from the bottom of this plug. These are for the fuel pump relay, and then these are all switched 12 volts. I need to find a switched port. Obviously this is just temporary, but I've also wrapped some of this stuff just to make it look a bit neater. All of this will be all wrapped and nice as well, but I want to test start it first before I make it all neat and cut everything down to size basically, just in case there's anything I have to change. And then we've got the throttle wire. I broke something. Extended that around, so I've run it through the cabin, down through the firewall there, behind all the heater and everything back there, and then I've just added it onto there and just put some wrap around it so that can be fitted. What else? And that's it really. I just need to add some ground, so there's a ground here. I need to put that, probably going to mount that on there, as there's a screw hole, clean it up and then put it there. And I've got another ground down here I need to put. And then yeah, and then it should be good. So just need to connect them to them basically, but I don't have oil right now in the engine. I have tested it and it does crank, so I just need to get some oil and then I'll test start it. If it starts, then I'll do all this wiring all nicely and hidden away basically. But yeah, it's going pretty good, mate. Right, so I'm also just modifying the gear shifter linkage. For some reason, when we got this car, the shifter, when it was neutral, instead of being straight, it was sort of leaning back or leaning forward, whatever way. So I'm just going to lengthen this. I've just chopped it, cut off a little piece of stainless there, and I'm just going to weld that in like so to make it the correct length. Do that. Another thing you need to remember, if you're doing a 330 swap or just any M54, they don't have a return on the fuel rail. So you need to use the M54 fuel filter, because it has a built-in fuel regulator, pressure regulator, which you need to put a vacuum line up to your manifold. And then that is the out to your engine, and that is the in, and then this is the return. So I don't know how it works in there, but I imagine too much pressure, it goes back down the return. So what you have to do, so that's your stock feed, and this is your return, which normally goes up to the engine bay. So you just have to chop that. I'm going to flare it with a brake flaring tool just to add a little lump, and then put a pipe to the fuel filter, and then jobs are good. Alright, so we're going to attempt to start it. I know it obviously don't look pretty, but I've just got it temporarily rigged up just to make sure the wiring's correct.
That's how staying is lying.
Yeah. Yeah, just leave it like that. Alright, so put that. Shouldn't make any noise at that time. It runs. Hell yeah. My dodgy wiring works. Yeah, this is fantastic. We had a bit of a weird moment where I literally unplugged the power from the ECU and it carried on running, which was a bit weird. So I disconnected the fuel pump and eventually it died. And we've just been trying to work out why that was. And I think I figured it out, because basically I was holding all of the switched 12 volts with these two, which are constant 12 volts. It was just for like starting purposes. I had them clamped together so that they all got 12 volts at the same time. But I think when I disconnected, once the engine's run, it provides constant 12 volts. So it must have been keeping the ECU running. But obviously I will wire them separately and then test it again. But for now, great success. The only thing that didn't work is the fuel relay from the e36 I put in. I need to do a bit of research on why. So, because at the moment I just temporarily bypassed the fuel pumps, just powered it directly basically. So yeah, I need to look into the diagram of that and work out, because I think this outputs a ground signal to switch the relay. And I don't know if it's the same on the e36 or not. What was it?
Dropped my nuts on the floor.
Oh, titanium nuts.
These nuts.
But yeah, she's good. We're gonna try and, this is the bracket off the E36. It bolts up, but it hits the bonnet. So gonna try and modify it to get it to sit lower. But yeah, we'll try that.
Tiny titanium.
But yeah, so happy. Saved myself some money on wiring loom. And now I can actually tidy all of that up. Well, before I tidy it up, I will have to test it, make sure the gauges are working and stuff. I didn't check that, but I'll do that another night. It's a bit late now and I don't want to make noise. But So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. It all runs now perfectly on the key. I have, since the last clip you saw, I have completely all wired it all up with relays to the switch. So it literally just, you turn the key and it starts and runs me. But yeah, make sure you subscribe to see more progress in the car and the other cars.